And if Sreedharan was that important a candidate for them, they could have fielded him in name. What they are thinking that the local body results are just a clean sheets for them. It's not at all a clean sheet.
The Palakkad seat in Kerala is seeing a very interesting contest. Standing from here for the UDF is sitting MLA, young MLA Shafi Parambil, and he will be up against BJP's E Sreedharan, who they have projected as a Chief Minister face. E Sreedharan is the BJP's prestigious candidate from this assembly. The Metro man is contesting against you. How do you see this contest?
See, the same statement itself is like eve-teasing Mr. Sreedharan. They are like pulling his legs. They all know that BJP cannot make it here in Kerala. And if Sreedharan was that important a candidate for them, they could have fielded him in name, which is their number one seat as per them. So they are just trying to get the seat through somehow by fielding him. But that's not going. They are not going to make it here in Palakkad. We are going to win it. BJP has won the municipality. They have got some seats in the municipality, but there is 52 wards in 3 panchayats, where their presence is mere 4 seats. CPM, on the other hand, have got 1 panchayat administration in Kannadi, but in municipality their presence is just 6 seats. So in both segments, in municipality as well as panchayat, only party which has a background, people's backup, is Congress and UDF.
But it is also a safe seat for Sreedharan, right? Considering he hails from Palakkad, he studied in a school and college here, and this is the only place where the BJP actually has a municipality.
That is what I told you just now. They are just thinking about municipality. Municipality alone cannot fetch them any seats. And the voting pattern in local body elections will not be the same in Lok Sabha elections or in assembly elections. See, it was told that last elections was said to be much more a tighter 5-1. Where N. Krishnadas MP, ex-MP, he won last time by 1 lakh votes, fielded against me. Shobha Surendran, a well-grounded a leader who has got root-level connections over here. It was considered as one of the most important triangular fight in the state. And UDF was not having a good time last elections. We lost from 72 to 42 seats. 30 seats we lost last time. Even then, my first election majority was 7,403. Then in the second election, it came to 17,483. So for us, this is a safer seat, and we are going to make it in better margin than last year's.
But E Sreedharan is projected as a face of development. In fact, BJP has been saying that both the UDF and LDF has not brought much development to Kerala. I mean, this is their contention. So he is projected as the face of development. How will you counter that? And he has got work to back him, right?
See, what could BJP do with a single seat? They are not even coming to power. They are not even going to make a minister over here. What did O Rajagopal do in Nemam?
So you're saying a vote for the BJP is a waste?
Yeah, pakka. No doubt here at Palakkad. And one important thing I have to say is that this district is one of the biggest in the state. We had 3 chief ministers from the left front, but as a beginner MLA, as a young MLA, what I could do is that we have brought a government medical college here. You know how necessary it is for the common people of Palakkad. We cannot afford the expenses of private hospitals in Coimbatore all the time. We cannot go to Thrissur depending for hospitals all the time. So we are going to end that journey through Coimbatore and Thrissur. By 1 year, by another year, next year, we are going to have a 500-bedded multi-speciality hospital at the government medical college. The 7 lakh square feet buildings are completed. OP is already being started. First batch of students are out. 72 students have passed MBBS, did their house urgency, and they served the people at the time of COVID from Palakkad Medical College. So infrastructure-wise, development-wise, unlike last few decades, we are changing this is a game-changer tenure that has happened in last 2 terms. Now next, we expect UDF to come to power, and we can complete all this project, and Palakkad will be we are aiming at Palakkad 2.0. Till date, we have concentrated on basic necessity. There are much more to be done. So everything cannot be done in 2 tenures. But we are changing the face of Palakkad. We have done development.
So you are saying give me continuity to carry on with my works. Yeah. Now, if you look at the UDF itself, though Kerala has alternately voted for different fronts, the UDF is not coming across as a very confident front. The Congress, especially, so much of confusion regarding the seats, protest in various seats. Why is the Congress not projecting that confidence?
See, it happens with Congress always. You know that how Congress has been declaring their candidates, how the responses come. No, it's not like a fully cadre, like no one can open their mouth like party. It's a bit democratic, you know. People tend to open up for themselves. Even if I am the Youth Congress president here, even if before election, even I used to open up for youngsters accommodation and all. We have that space in Congress. You check the list that Congress has released. Keep apart Latika Subhash issue and all other issues. But check the list.
Why should it be kept apart?
No, I'm saying there are exceptions. That is what I said. There are exceptions. Otherwise, check the list. How many youngsters have been fielded throughout? Just take this district. You know VT Balram. You know Riaz Makoli is an youngster, just 37 years of old, fielding from Patambi. Feroz Babu is an youngster, District Youth Congress President, contesting from Shornur. Dr. Sarin, he left out civil service for politics. He is contesting, he is just 30s. He is also into his 30s. He is contesting from Mottapalam. I myself is contesting at Palakkad. Shiva is 38, contesting from Tharoor. You know Sumesh Achudan is contesting from Chittoor. I am just saying the example of Palakkad alone. So this time out of 92, more than 51, we have people aged in between 30 and 40, 45. Yes, there were something could have been avoided. With the grace of the list, we could have been focused on that. We could have communicated that to the people. But now slowly things will get better when the candidates feel themselves in the field, and constituencies will change the picture. We are going to make it.
Shafi, one of the biggest issues in Kerala has been the Sabarimala issue. How is the Congress different from the BJP here? You are speaking the same language as the BJP.
It's not the same language of BJP. BJP even is not that sincere about it, we must say.
So you are saying that you are sincere about not allowing women into the
BJP, no, Congress is taking such a stand as of now. BJP instead is like, for them it's mere political agenda and all. They want all those things to happen here in Kerala. They want to make as they want to see it as just as a golden opportunity.
Okay, forget the BJP. What is the Congress's?
Congress as a party says there are individual differences from somebody inside also. As a party, Congress says as of now it's not necessary. What this government thought about Sabarimala was not necessary, and the way it was implemented was not at all good, even for that cause. That is what Congress says, right?
Now you were on the forefront of some of the protests, especially when the gold smuggling case came up, the sprinkler. I saw you outside the secretariat and many other places doing protests. But do you think that at the end of the day, after so many months of the opposition talking about scams, the CPIM says you still have not proved anything against us?
See, end of the day, they cannot say that it's not been proved against them or not. What they have done before, what they have been claiming, what the Chief Minister was talking when he was the party secretary, if they remember that, they cannot say they cannot take such a stand over here. Even on Sabarimala, why we are taking such a stand is that, see, you cannot impose things like that. You cannot impose things like that. You have to take people into confidence. Instead of taking people into confidence, imposing their style, their politics over somebody when you are in power, it's not a good thing to do. So, in gold smuggling, in larger issue like PSC, we have protested. Now, what they are thinking that the local body results are just a clean sheets for them. It's not at all a clean sheet. It was battled on local issues, local candidates and all other stuff. There was no political rallies, there was no political meetings, there was no political big campaigns, there were no leaders visit, there were no corner meetings. It was like just like local things, local candidates, local stuff and everything. When it comes to assembly election, but all these things comes to place.
So you are saying the CPIM will feel the impact?
Yeah, they will feel the heat. They will definitely feel the heat. I was on a hunger strike before the secretariat for 9 days, raising the PSC Public Service Commission issue. Even lot many youngsters who normally support CPI must tell that the government stand on that issue was pretty much negative and anti youngsters. So we have got that feedback. It will be reflected. Then take Sabarimala issue itself. What CPI have been telling all these years, and what was his stand few days, the Devasam minister stand few days before. He was like regretting what they have done. That was the Congress stand even before. We have submitted the affidavit. We are on the same leg. But they are twisting stands, and that will be exposed completely during this elections, and they will feel the heat on every single thing.
Who is your biggest opponent here? Is it CPIM or is it the BJP now?
And let them fight for the second and third position is my comment on that. We are here to be the number one in this particular seat, and we can easily make it. That is what we feel.
So you spoke very confidently that the left will feel the heat of all the controversies, of all the corruption allegations. But my question to you again is, the Congress is projecting a diffident face at least, and there's again talk of factionalism. When will we ever see the Congress in Kerala come out of all this?
See, do you remember 2001 elections? It was much bigger controversies. There were 2-3 candidates who was fielded, and they were forced to be pulled back. And all those happens. Yeah, it must have been avoided. In the scenario, with such a good list, we could have stand positive, united before the people. But of course, it happens in Congress at times. But there is a shift in the number of seats. It's just a generation shift can be seen in the number of seat being allotted to the youngsters. When things come to our hands or the new hands, I think things will change. Things will change for good. Congress will win this.
Thank you so much. So Shafi, being a typical politician, even during the interview, he keeps waving at people. All the very best.